God, I love that.
Yes. Hello and welcome to Pixelated Perception, Episode 5.
Hello
We
there.
got Rodney. We got
Yes.
Denzel.
Yes, sir. Another week means
Stop it
another
right now.
opportunity to
Get out.
see
Shut
the
up.
truth. To see the truth that these
Oh,
dudes are capped.
God.
We got Lerone.
What's good?
Yeah, so we're here. You're not. You suck. You should fix that. I don't know how, but you'll do it eventually. Either way, we've been up to some things. Not so many things, though. It's been a pretty simple week, I think, for most of us. I think this week I'll start
Yes.
off since I never do that. In terms of games we've been playing, stuff we've been doing. Playing way too much goddamn Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is blessed by being addictive and terrible at the same time, as most things.
Agreed.
Yeah, as anyone's played it, gameplay is phenomenal, pretty much. Graphics are super cool. Aesthetics great. Story is pretty cool. And it's kind of fun making character builds in the game, which is not easy to do, I guess, especially in comparison to the last game where it was just set paths and what you would build. So the fact that you can actually make interesting stuff, progress it through a difficulty system is pretty cool. Other than that, I've also been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 16. I've been playing a little bit more of it right after this. Maybe right during this, too, if I'm bored. We'll see. So we got lots to say for this, so I don't know, should we save this for later, or should we all just start talking about this now?
We all been playing the same two games, so I think we just talk about all that shit.
Talk about it. Alright, so I don't know who's the most behind in the story, so I'm trying to avoid the story stuff.
I think it might be Dazil.
It
I think
might
Dazil
be
got just to
me.
play it. Yeah.
I'm barely at the beginning where you're like looking for the dude that has Ifrit, I believe.
Did you get to the second part of the demo?
What do you mean the second part? No, I have not fought.
You've not gotten to that? Yeah, okay. What about you, Rodney? You got to that?
I'm in the field just farming harpies, pretty much.
What? Harpies?
The fucking,
Like actual harpies?
little Garuda creatures.
Oh, okay, so you're like right before the battle?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Well, I'm a little bit after that. So we're all pretty much at the same spot on the road, just like
I'm like 20
Season
hours
6.
DG.
Well, Lerone
I'm
got
in
a
the
life.
trenches.
Yeah, he really does.
This
That
is
man
the
can do
thing, so-
whatever he want, whenever he want. We got.
let's
gotta
keep the
leave
story to
house.
what we're at. What do you guys think of the story so far?
I'm liking it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, I'm kind of happy the main character isn't as edgy as he could have been, because good lord.
yeah, I think he's definitely a 2023 version of a 1990s character or an early aughts character.
Yeah.
He's all about the vengeance. He's big, tall, dark, and brooding, but he's not like ridiculous. Like it's very understandable, very emotional.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is the voice acting the guy does. He's able to express himself. See, I always wondered if in Japanese, the older Final Fantasy protagonists that were like this were talking like he is now, and they just weren't being translated as well, because they made a very key note of constantly telling us like this game has been like translated first almost, right? Like the story is
Yeah.
Yeah.
English designed almost. I wonder how much of it plays a part, because he is definitely able to convey emotion on a very human level for a Final Fantasy game. It is not awkward or weird.
Yeah, I think that has to be because of the fact that they did it the way they did, because a lot of nuance is lost in like Japanese to English translation a lot of the times. So I think that this definitely would benefited from, being English first or being based more on the English language. It links for us. I mean, people in Japan might be like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how it is in Japanese, if it like suffered for that, or if it's just the same.
Curious, I wouldn't know, but
that's something I'd like to figure out. But
for sure.
yeah, I mean the story seems pretty good so far. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely very Final Fantasy 13 in its linearity, but it's just a lot more compelling, I guess.
Yeah. As a person who played Final Fantasy 13 a lot, I approve that.
Do you think
I did
Lightning
play a
or
lot of.
this dude? What is this dude's name? Clive? Yeah,
Clive
Clive.
is a far better character.
Far
Oh,
better.
far. Yeah.
Is
I mean,
Lightning
I'm
the
no shame to Allie Hillis because she did her best voicing Lightning, but most of the lines were kind of just. I see. That's the thing that we were talking about. Like, I can't tell if it was
yeah? Was it the
Square
writing and the
Enix kind of
direction?
guiding her to, you know what I'm saying, or did they just tell her to talk as like she's your run of the mill fucking deadpan, no nonsense soldier type, and she definitely plays that to a T. But
She was basically a
to the
female
detriment
Cloud.
of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
mean,
exactly
but that's
what
a
they were
good thing.
going for.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
No.
she's.
like-
I mean, hey,
thinking
look.
back,
I think she's
thinking back
one
on
of the
it,
more
I
memorable
do not
ones.
like Cloud. I understand why he is the way he is. Do I like him as much as I used to? I feel like I have more respect for him, but do I like him as a character? No, he's an asshole. But he's meant to be an asshole.
Yeah, I think in the original he was more of an asshole, but definitely in the later parts of the game they made him more
Yeah,
human.
they made him more human. Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially in
So,
the, I think
I
the
respect
remake is
that.
a whole different case, and you can't even consider that because that's a whole different character, in my opinion. Like,
Oh
he's
yeah.
so much
Yeah.
better in that game.
As far as Lightning, she wasn't that great of a character. None of the characters in that game were really good characters.
Bro,
We
what
should
you
about
talking
Hope
about?
S
Hope,
thing,
yeah,
bro.
dude. Hope is the greatest character of all time.
Vanille,
What you mean?
bro.
No,
Vanille.
Vanille was the best character,
No,
hands
no.
down.
Oh yeah.
Only because she knew one spell that could insta kill stuff, and she
No,
wasn't
yeah,
gonna
she
do
did
it.
have
That's the
depth,
only
didn't she?
reason people had her in the party.
I'm dead.
She was annoying. Every time she talked, I just wanted to turn the.
Was that the
volume down.
saboteur chick, the one that was kind of ditzy, or is that the
Yeah.
with the Lance?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Lance was fine.
I did have her. She was. I think I remember her being pretty
I don't
useful.
know why I remember the Final Fantasy.
She's really
13
useful.
characters.
She's just really annoying.
Yeah, she was annoying as fuck. Was she like Australian or something?
Yes.
Fang?
Well,
Not to say
her
there's
and
anything
Fang were
wrong
Australian.
with that,
Fang was
but-
Australian. I don't
I
think.
don't know what Vanille was. I don't know what that accent was.
Partially.
I don't know.
Yeah. But back
Hope
to
was
16.
just-
Yeah, best
though.
of 16.
Oh
When did
God.
I don't even know when that game came out, but 16, yeah, it seems a lot better. There's no my biggest thing with it so far is that there is no real party, I guess. I do kind of miss that a little bit.
I get what you mean. I'm not as far, so I really don't know. But I imagine that you do get more party members other than the
No. What he's talking about is like you have companions that come with you and they come and go depending on the story.
Yeah.
Except for when you go
Like-
to like the overworld, you tend to have like a standard party, but he mean like people who manage their skills and equipment. And
Yeah,
shit.
like I want like there's no
Yeah, this is literally only Clive.
it's
huh?
only
Yeah.
Clive and his actions. It's no one else. There's no
Yeah.
like RPG strategy. There's no group dynamic. It's
I
I am
mean-
the main fucking character. Respect my shit, bro. Like,
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just
It's not. It's just a personal taste. Yeah.
different.
I personally like the kind of break from it, from the whole usual manage every little thing your party got equipped that what they use and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
More
I think
so
it's
just missed
okay.
Because it's basically like they decided to go,
personalities of the party.
they decided to
Yeah.
go like full action combat in this game. So I figured like if you're gonna go full, you might as well just go all in with it. If you're gonna try something that drastic.
I wanted
Good.
more. I wanted more gameplay options if there's gonna be one dude, right? Like I haven't gotten that far. And I'm pretty sure Lerone said like it opens up a bit more.
Oh yeah, it does open up a lot more.
Like I wanted like if I'm gonna be one dude, I want 12. Like I want 12 abilities. Like I want to go crazy. I want to be a Devil May Cry character. You know, I don't want 4 on a cooldown. You know, so, like right now it's a
Yeah.
little repetitive when you fight things. Like it's the same thing over and over again. But I'm sure getting more stuff will alleviate that.
Oh yeah, no, you'll be surprised by some
Yeah.
things.
Pretty good though. I mean, so since we're talking about the combat a little bit, I think it's pretty nice. Even though right now I have pretty basic skills, it's still I feel good when I beat a boss, right? So like when I'm like going against some of the early bosses, so like the little guy that was with Garuda, whatever the fuck her name is in the game, and you fight that guy, and it's like hype moments and shit, and he's like clashing, and like you guys are clashing, he's fighting for his life, and you just murder him, shit like
Oh,
that.
like the ninja dude in the forest.
Yeah, that shit was sick, and like I can say after every boss fight, I've always felt like it was satisfying. Like it's satisfying getting a good parry in. It's satisfying counterattacking, staggering. Sometimes it's really annoying when you're just fighting somebody that's like not a bullet sponge but a fucking damage sponge.
Yeah.
That gets kind of annoying, but at the same time, I've definitely enjoyed the combat. Like it's legitimately put a smile on my face after winning a fight. Not that it was that difficult, but it just felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say this: when I went into the game, I was worried about the whole, when you transform, you're using the icons, the cinematic fights, and all that stuff between like the transformation,
Yeah, the big stuff.
But I do actually one later on that kind of combat does open up when you do transform into a
Oh, that's cool. It's not just purely cinematic.
It's not. No. You actually can start like precision dodging and shit at fighting with that motherfucker at some point.
That's cool.
But in addition, they also just treat those as like rewards to get through the fight. Like it doesn't like it's part of the boss battles, right? They almost feel like a reward. Like you beat the boss and then you get this cool spectacle on your screen.
It's not really an actual fight. It's like a blow them up and cool spectacle attacks.
Yeah.
I don't think Bayonetta 3 does this. This is the problem, right? Since I played so many of these character action games, like I've seen a lot of this stuff. And it makes sense why Final Fantasy is keeping it tame, right?
Yeah.
Like Bayonetta 3 just came out and you can go into the giant kaiju form during combat and like do that in specific sections. And that is cool. A game doesn't run that great though, which funnily enough neither does this. But like that definitely gives you a lot more control. I think it makes sense for Final Fantasy. They don't want to put too much stuff on you. I would have loved to have seen though, like actual transform into icon mid battle in the field as like your super. What the hell was it called in Devil May Cry 5? Your Sin Devil trigger? That was like your Super Devil trigger? That would have been really cool. Stuff like that. But, it's not. The end of the world doesn't have that. Especially it's the first time I think these developers have ever done anything like this, so. It's alright.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you guys a question, right? So they have the items that make the game easier. So if you use them, obviously you have a easier time playing through the game. Or if you don't use them, it's a little bit harder, right? Are you guys using those items or no?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I use two. Normally tell you which two I use as well.
What?
I use the one where you can because it doesn't work all the time, but I use the one where you see like the dodge window.
Yeah.
Because when you hit the game with the enemy spam and the particle effects, it does get a little bit much to try to track what's happening. Mm-hmm. And if you're not playing on like performance mode, then you just just not hit it because the frames are just like 30.
What?
Performance mode is shitty on this game. I've heard, and I tried it.
In combat, it's 60, but it goes out 720p. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit looks horrible. I tried. I'm on graphics mode. I started off on graphics mode, and I tried to go to performance, and performance just immediately was like fucking with me. I was like, something's not right.
It was the opposite for me. I was on performance, and I tried to do graphics, but the motion blur made me sick.
Yeah, I'm on graphics, and I want to switch just because of the motion blur. Like, I don't mind the 30 FPS. It's actually pretty smooth. But, like, I turn the camera, I get lost. Like, it looks like someone threw up.
I know what you mean. I have to double check. But,
I usually like motion blur in games. Like, I don't.
The other one was the
crazy
dog ring. Because I don't have time. Because, like, I can't be managing a pet while doing, like, Devil May Cry combos. That's just me. That's a skill issue, totally. I couldn't do it.
No, I completely understand, because that's the only one I'm using too. Like, the dog one, it's just like, Bro, I'm not gonna sit here and give my dog manual commands like in combat, bro. That's just unnecessary.
So like,
I'll,
I understand why you guys do that. I'm not doing that, and I can just tell you the dog is not worth the skills. Like, it's not worth the accessory slot. He barely does anything. Like, he helps you juggle enemies occasionally. He'll do a little bit of damage. He'll do that on his own, regardless if you command him, and his heal is basically nothing. So like, I don't think I don't think it's worth pressing his buttons for, honestly, unless you want to juggle like a shitty enemy. But like, you don't need him to do that, and there's no point. Like, the dude's dead. Like, it's just for flashiness, pretty much. And it's kind of cool you can. Like, I don't think he's worth dedicating a accessory slot for.
Gotcha. So yeah, I might experiment with that often at some point.
The dodges, yeah. I mean, if you want to help dodge and stuff, sure. There is way too much shit on the screen. I can't see fucking shit when like crazy stuff's going on. When like an explosion happens, dude, I'm just instantly blinded. Like I can't see anything. Like they I don't want to tone down the particle effects, but like I can't tell what's happening. So, like
it looks cool, but like damn.
Yeah, look, like it's too much sometimes.
I had it on for a little while, but I ended up taking it off. Mainly because I have like the extra gil, extra EXP stuff on, you know, like the stuff that's actually gonna make it easier to level up and progress in the game. But I did have the dodge on for a little bit. I was like, I'd rather just not have it on. I feel a little bit more rewarded when I fucking like do you know, get the timing right. You know, it's not as precise as like something like
yeah, it's not that hard, really. It's just more visual overload in this game. That's the problem.
Yeah. Like, if I could see a little bit better, I wouldn't have it on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I haven't really run into it too much yet, so that's probably why I can get away without it, but maybe I'll need it eventually. But I think that it's very interesting how they went about the like difficulty of the game, though. Like,
yeah, I mean it's cool like they have stuff like that. I wish there were more interesting gear options in general, though. Like I feel like gear is just make number go up. Like
I mean, honestly, the fact that there's only like a couple, there's like gauntlets, belt.
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's like everything's just like increased like attack or increase like defense,
a little bit more health, like a
tiny. I would like something
amount.
like changes the skills a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like
so small.
The whole elemental thing is just missing from this game, which I thought was really kind of weird. It makes sense. I guess it's an action game. They want to limit your combo structure, but like, it's really weird hitting a wind magic dude with wind and him taking damage and not healing. When you play Final Fantasy games, like that's not how that works, right?
Yeah, but I also get it because like I'm 15, well, I'm over 15. I'm like almost 20 some hours in, right? Still no Titan, by the way.
That's crazy.
I still don't have Titan. You don't get out. Well, I can't say you don't, but at the moment, I don't have any like ice spells or anything. So it's really only fire and wind. So getting the element to work anyway would kind of be weird, just based off like the progression and the pacing of the story.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would have changed the way the game worked if that was irrelevant, but you know, maybe you'd have some partners that did those elements that you could use in a party or something.
A party? You know, we don't do that.
It was a choice. They wanted to go one-man character action game for babies, and they did that.
Damn, not for babies, bro.
I mean,
look, Cloud told me they're trying to free the slaves, all right?
Okay, we'll get to that. We have to go back to the story, honestly. We didn't spend enough time on the story. The story is the game's greatest strength. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious.
No, like, the music is. The story's second.
That's true. As having played so many character action games, of like played Devil May Cry and like Dante Must Die and all these messed up fucking difficulties, like I think if they wanted to make the game that hard, they would have. They didn't. They didn't want to make it that complicated because they know their Final Fantasy audience is much wider and they wanted to be more inclusive, and that makes sense. I don't know if the harder difficulties you unlock, the game gets that crazy, but like, I don't think they're gonna give you enough moves to make it that interesting. Like, it's probably just gonna be tougher enemies and stuff, which is fine, but that's just me. It's fine the way it is.
Yeah, I'm really interested in how the new game Plus is gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play that shit. I'm skipping through all these goddamn.
Because I'll say this, like, the the main game so far, yeah, it's admittedly it's like one of the easier Final Fantasies for sure. Like I
Yeah, I
would
think
have
that's something with it too. Like, it just feels easy for a Final Fantasy game, even because of it
yeah.
being so like user friendly.
Like normally I don't have any problem playing the first playthrough of a game on normal, but I would kind of want a difficulty up option now. Just
Yeah,
be like I haven't died yet, by the way.
yeah, right.
Yeah, everything is really streamlined. I haven't really. I mean, the worst I've had to do is like use a couple potions, to be honest. And even it is funny because when I have used more than like 3 potions, I'm like, damn, I'm fucking playing garbage right now. I'm never really worried about
I
dying.
haven't died from not using potions, but I got close. But like, I'm not using potions. Like, the game's too easy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wanna
I've used
full
like
heal.
4
Like,
high potions throughout
you
the whole game so
never
far.
use items in Devil May Cry games, right? Character action games. You just don't do that. That's like a taboo
I
thing
really
you do.
wait, did it Devil May Cry even have items like that? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
they had items, right? Like, it's super weird. Devil May Cry 1 actually had a lot more items because it was supposed to be more like Resident Evil, but you pretty much just don't do it because the whole point of the game, right, is to get good at the gameplay where you don't need to do that. So it's like counterintuitive, but um, I feel bad. I feel like I want to use items to go because it's a Final Fantasy game, and that's kind of a more important part of those games than in a character action game. It's just very opposing ideologies and games coming together, so it's kind of confusing.
What's that? What's that?
I think that's
What's that noise?
I
He's
don't
tapping
know,
somebody
but
out. What's happening?
Stop jerking off! Stop
You're
jerking
right.
off!
Yeah, Lerone.
Oh no.
Busted on the freaking podcast, bro. Supposed to
What
wait till
you
episode 100
mean?
for that.
No, episode 69, bro.
Episode 69.
Episode 69, bro. It's coming out.
Oh yeah, so the
2030.
gameplay is whatever, it's fine. I mean, hopefully it gets harder. But the story, like we kind of raced over a little bit, the story, bro,
The story's fucking great.
they're calling it Game of Crystals. It feels like Game of Crystals with a little bit of crazy Final Fantasy 14 MMO nonsense going on. I'm very interested to see where it continues. They just revealed to me some big reveals, and I'm very interested to see what happens. I don't want to talk anymore about that, but I think the presentation, the seriousness, the elevation of the character perspective over the like viewer's perspective. Like I always felt like Final Fantasy was trying to present to you like a fun show. This feels a lot more like you're seeing it through the eyes of Mr. Clive, and I think it benefits a lot from that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You're definitely very engrossed into like what has happened to him, what has happened to his friends, family, loved ones, stuff like that. Like it feels real, you know? Like you feel like you actually are
Now who's
invested
tapping?
a
What the
little
fuck?
bit.
I don't know what that is.
What?
Like a weird tapping noise. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So I'm not the only one hearing it.
No, I heard it too.
I heard it earlier, but if I heard it, it couldn't be me.
I don't know.
I think he's just happy that it's not you for once.
For what?
You can suck my dick, Rodney.
Get out my eardrum with that. I'll just get all out my ear. This is not that kind of podcast. We do not do ASMR.
Not yet.
Oh, we don't?
Oh no,
I
y'all
think
stay
that
away
might
from
be
y'all
episode
mic.
50.
That's 50. Saving
Yeah,
that.
that's 50.
That's a viewer
Lerone jerks off. That's episode 100.
Hey, yo.
Boston for the squad. That's gonna be the title.
Busting for the squad.
For the squad, I bust. In the squad, I
No,
What?
That's
Don't
the
listen to
game.
him. He tripping. Don't
Elevated
listen to him.
beyond any levels. Wild as hell.
He busted for the
Alright.
squad.
He's
Don't
definitely
nobody else
busting for the squad, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, that shit funny.
But yeah, so Final Fantasy is pretty cool. Anyone else want to say any gripes, any awesome things you've experienced? Do you feel like it's the greatest Final Fantasy game ever made? Is it your
That
favorite?
shit's cap.
It's one of
Final
my
Fantasy
favorite
7
ones.
remake is easily the best.
I was gonna say it's definitely a solid Final
About
Fantasy entry.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with
Very, very
remake is,
good. I
I feel
enjoy
like
it.
remake, and this is probably not even a hot take either. I feel like remake had way more budget just because that's supposed to make them all
It
the money.
feels like it had more of a budget, right?
That's
Definitely, yeah.
wild to think about though. Like
I don't
Seven
know
make
if it
money,
did.
bro.
I mean, because that was their cash. That was their premier cash cow, like 20-something years ago. That's what got people. That's what made Final Fantasy mainstream. They
I
could
feel
not
you.
fuck it up.
They did
But I
not.
just can't imagine like
I was
this
thinking,
is a
like this.
main line.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, right? So
Uh,
Square Enix hasn't been doing that hot as a whole. Let's be real, it hasn't. So it was like 16 at the
Battling
end of the day.
Wonderworld.
Yeah, 16 was a new IP. No, not IP. It was a new story, new characters, cast, blah blah blah. But 7 was already tried and tested. They knew that shit was gonna make money off bat.
Fair
So
enough.
just from a business standpoint, I can see why I put all their eggs in that basket. Not all the eggs, but most of them.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can feel that. I can feel that because I can say without a doubt, like the battle system on this is cool. This is nice. This is refreshing.
They're
But
the 15 and 13.
the fucking the shit in
Ooh.
7 remake that needs to be the new gold standard for fucking anything that doesn't want to be a turn-based game, bro. Like that shit is amazing. I till the day I die, I'll think that was one of the best systems that I've used in a Final Fantasy game that
I
wasn't just
absolutely
straight
agree.
up turn-based.
Agreed.
I think it is probably the best combat ever.
I'm still waiting for a full co-op Final Fantasy game.
We're just
We
with your
gonna be
homies.
waiting. We
I'm
gonna
saying,
be
like,
fucking
you have
off
the party,
40s, bro.
you know what I'm
Stop
saying?
it.
All the homies could be the party.
Carla, it's all 14, bro. What you mean?
Dude,
said
Yeah,
what?
low-key,
He said
you
14
better
as
just
a fan of
have
14.
14,
That does not count.
Should be 14 and 11, bro.
I want
This
a team
was a
of
9.
four warriors
11.
of light who
11.
are actually worth a damn, not 2 to 3
Wow.
characters that are good, and then 5
I
that
would
aren't.
not mind not being a warrior. Like I would not mind being, God forbid, Prompto. Right? Even like if he's fun to play in the game. Like if the game
wanna
is
be
fun.
Ignis.
Prompto was actually sick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he
man,
was fun as shit. But like,
I
I
never
wouldn't
played
care.
that
That
DLC
game
that I
was
bought.
perfect. That was the perfect opportunity for them to do that. Final Fantasy 15, and
I don't know why they
did not
didn't.
do that. It's for technical reasons. I think it's very technically hard, I guess, to make these games co-op like that.
I mean, I can imagine. I mean, they can barely
I-
get it to function with one person. I can only
Yeah.
fucking imagine.
Yeah. I would be content with not even playing the game while the main character runs around the open world and you just jump in for the combat or something right in the dialogue. I think the co-op market is highly untapped and much more should be put into it.
It really
Yeah,
should.
co-op RPGs are
Sky.
definitely something that is gonna get like a. Eventually, they're gonna have like their time to shine because I don't
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like there's
hopefully.
enough of them. Like
really
there's just
not.
yeah, like Borderlands. That was their best thing. Like it was an RPG that you could play co-op with your friends, and we still don't have a lot of options like that that are good.
I do hope that whatever big co-op RPG game they do come out with doesn't have
Mhm.
balancing. Cause like you're not talking about MMO level. You should be balancing like a 4-player game playing with my friends. That shit annoying.
I mean, the
Yeah,
game
what
should be
game did
balanced the way
do
they
that
want.
recently?
Or it comes
Yeah, but
out.
like
But they
Borderlands,
shouldn't
like
be
they took it,
nerfing. They
Borderlands
shouldn't be nerfing shit.
wild, but
they were nerfing shit like people doing this competitively or some shit. Like
yeah, I don't know.
It's like why that makes it makes absolutely no sense.
Like obviously the characters gotta be balanced to the degree where you want to play them all, right? I'm
Yeah,
not
they
saying
have to
that.
have fun play styles, and I think if you discover some kind of crazy wacko combination in a game like that, that should be your reward for playing the game. Like it,
Right?
I think
Yeah,
this is completely off topic, but Borderlands 1 is still always gonna be my favorite Borderlands. Not because it had great shooting, an amazing story, funny stuff. Like none of that. It was
I
that
feel like the weapons were the best in one.
the weapons were all pretty much the same, but they all felt better than the variety we got later. Like,
I mean, let's be
Yeah.
real. Whoever thought it was a good idea to have a rifle shoot in 6 different directions, meaning you only hit probably the one bullet in the middle, unless
yeah,
you were
they
point
do
blank with them.
all kinds of wacko stuff in
Questionable.
like the games after that. They had some of that stuff in Borderlands 1, but like when you got to like
It
max
wasn't as
level in Borderlands
bad.
1, like your character was powerful with the things you had. Like it wasn't just because I had some kind of broken interaction with 2 different things and I'm stacking it infinitely into outer space and now my character is good, you know? It's like I played the soldier guy, I'm good with assault rifles, you know? It was simple and it was fun because of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They went like too
Yeah, I
crazy with
mean,
it.
that's what happens. Like when it's simple, it's a lot easier to be good because it's like you know exactly everything that's going on. You know what to expect. There's really no way that you can be disappointed because you already knew what it was. When they start adding a whole bunch of like complex systems and adding more weapons, there are gonna be some weapons that have good ideas and some that have bad ideas, and overall, that's just gonna dilute the pool of stuff that people wants to use, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But
Just make me shoot a gun and feel good in the shooter game, man. That's it.
Yeah.
It should
It's
never
weird
be.
how hard that
that's
is.
way too much
It's
to
really
ask
weird.
for, bro. How dare
Like,
you? What?
There should never be a point in a Borderlands game you pick up a gun, you shoot somebody, and don't feel good. You know, like that's. I feel like that's the failure of that game.
Mm.
But yeah. Fuck that. Back to Final Fantasy. It's pretty cool. Game of
Oh,
Crystals
this
turns up.
is
Pretty
what I wanted
awesome.
to ask. How
But
do you guys feel about this game getting an 88 on the Metacritic score?
I mean, that's fair.
that feels about right
Yeah.
for
Fair.
now. Yeah.
But that's like 8.8 out of 10. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely a great game, but it ain't perfect.
yeah.
Definitely. I think if
I
the
mean, I
performance
don't
was
think it
good,
is.
like I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a technical person, like for PlayStation stuff or whatever, like console architecture. But I feel like there are a lot of flashy particle effects, but like the environments are so small, you don't have a whole lot of variety of things you could do. Like, why is the game running at 720p in combat to hold 60 FPS? Like that's bizarre, dude. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like the game should be running at least 1080p all the time. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that is. I mean, but you gotta think about it too, right? This shit is wild, but it's still other games coming out that really are just unable to output it what you would expect us to see for 2023. Like, I mean, obviously the Switch is like 7, 8 year old hardware, but fucking I mean not Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom, that shit is not running well. I guarantee it's running okay. It's not running well, but that shit
Yeah,
has
that's also
the
the Switch.
highest. Yeah, but it's literally still rated as one of the highest games of all time. Already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Like, I don't know how action dependent that game is either. Right? Like, all the combat has always been pretty simple. I think so. Like, you don't really need a good frame rate, but I think because this is a character action game, you really, really need a good frame rate. And the fact that the game's resolution suffers when it's a Final Fantasy game and people like to play them for their pretty graphics, and it looks like, doo-doo water came out 20 years ago, that's
I
a
don't know about
problem.
20 years ago, but I feel what you're saying.
Okay, like
Because
17
I think
years
we
ago.
forget about what shit looked like 20
That's
years
my
ago.
I mean, PS3, 17 years ago.
That
Right?
was
When did PS3
not
come out?
20 years ago was 2003. PS3 came out in 2008.
2006, right? 2007?
PS3 maybe it was either 6 or 7. 8 is a little bit too late, I guess.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 4 came out at some point. That I think that game looks pretty much. I don't want to say just as good as this game, right? Because there's more stuff happening, but I don't think it's such a leap ahead that we need to be running at the same resolution.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really strange. It is strange. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I wonder what happened with that because they brought in a lot of studios. Like, they brought in, I believe, Platinum Games helped with everything. So it's like, what was the reason that they needed to keep it so low? I guess so. Like,
Yeah.
What am I looking for? The word I'm looking for, unlike polished. Yeah, I guess that works, but
Low resolution. I don't know why it's a low resolution. Because it's polished, because the game when it goes in the comment stays at that 60 as far as I know. So like, that's good, but like I don't know.
optimized.
Somebody must have been in there. Yeah, it's not as optimized, I guess, as it could be. I don't know if they could be optimized anymore. I have no idea, but either way, I think the game not being able to do that is nuts. Like that's crazy to me. 720p is rough, man. That's old.
It is rough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Still playing it. Still a good game.
Yeah.
Game of the year, definitely not gonna win. But
if we count remakes, definitely not. Yeah.
You said if you count, you said
count
remakes. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna go back. I think Tears of the Kingdom is gonna get it easy. I don't even think it's gonna be a real competition. I mean,
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about a Zelda game. I think Zelda capped out at Twilight Princess. That's what I'll say.
Mm.
Damn.
I'm not a real Zelda fan. I'll never say that. I never really played much Nintendo stuff. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy 16. Unless anybody else wants to say anything else about it.
No, I think we covered all the points. I'll get into like spoiler territory. Everyone got.
Yeah, I mean, the story is gonna be the juice.
The music,
Yeah. Oh, the music. We didn't talk about the music.
That far.
Bro. Oh, Soken was just.
I love the music. Well, it's Soken, so it is what it is.
I mean, they always got good music. Can I just say one thing about the pre-order bonus stuff, man?
I don't have that stuff, so don't rub it in.
It's really not that good. I mean, the sword. I just want to say something about the sword. The sword that they give you, hey yo, Square Enix, this shit ugly, bro. I don't know whose sword this is, bro. But if this shit wasn't stronger than the shit I already had, man, fuck that whack ass nigga sword, bro. I don't give no fuck. Give me Cloud's sword, bro. I want that shit. That's what you should have gave me. Nobody wanted this shit.
Right?
Yeah, I don't give no fuck. Make that shit work, bro. Make that shit work. Make that shit work. That's all I gotta say.
What is it?
Because this shit ugly.
This shit ugly, bro. Fix your ugly ass, shit ass, garbage ass,
could have added straight swords from any one of the games.
I mean, they should have just gave you the flamberge. They should have gave you the flamberge, made you happy. Let's be honest. Everyone loves that sword. If you know what I'm talking about, you know why everyone loves it. It's just the coolest sword. Everybody loves a sword that wiggle waggles. It's amazing. It's incredibly designed.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is cool. Hopefully the story gets even better. Can't wait to see it.
Sure will.
Yeah.
Anyone else have been playing anything? I'm pretty sure there's not a whole lot going on.
You said you've been playing Diablo, right?
Finish.
We talked about that stuff last time.
Beat Diablo technically, like the main stuff. Beat Ratchet and Clank as well.
How'd you like the ending of it?
What's up?
How'd you like it?
Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely would give it like a 8 or 9 out of 10 easily.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Really good game, really solid game, really fun. There were a lot of funny moments. Characters are pretty good. A lot of slapstick comedy in there fits quite nicely.
Classic.
Saying something because I feel like I swear most games don't know how to do comedy at all. It just feels wrong. But Yeah, Ratchet and Clank hits the nail on the head with that. They were firing on all cylinders with Rift Apart.
Yeah.
I can say
I
that.
remember that one fondly. I mean, that was my first PS5 game that I paid fucking $70 for. And, you know, I didn't even feel like I got ripped off. It was a really good experience. I felt like it was a good
I
showcase
didn't
of the
even
PS5.
feel like I got ripped off. What do you mean by that?
$70 is a fucking ripoff. Is
Yep.
fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I thought it was a really good game. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, how did you like it more than Final Fantasy 16 so far?
I wouldn't even say they're comparable. They're just two different of
Do
games.
you think it's a
but
better game? Because Rodney hit it with an
And-
8 or a 9, and he was like, "What would you do Final Fantasy 16 right now?" I know obviously you don't have a lot to go off of, but
So far, like everything's cool except the the frames are, you know, a little bit of an issue, but it's nothing that makes the game unplayable or really impedes gameplay to the point where I would dock it a point. So far, I'd probably give it an 8. Like a solid gameplay is fun. Obviously, it opens up to bigger things as you progress. So
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
I
Like when I
see.
get further in, I'd be able to give it like a better,
Yeah, better rating.
yeah.
I think what does Ratchet and Clank run? It runs at 60, right? Like 1440p 60.
Yes.
yeah, you have the option. You can either do that or
I
you
feel
can
like
do,
that game's really good looking, right?
It
Yeah,
is.
it looks great actually.
I'm more curious of what happened with 16 that it doesn't like 7 remake ran. I'm pretty sure 1440p 60 on PS5 too.
I did it, or
On
I think that it
PS5,
did
yeah,
because they made a update, right?
yeah.
They brought it up to 60.
Like I think that game's the environments obviously don't look as good, but like the character models look just as good, if not better.
I mean, I feel like that's why they made it so linear, so they could focus on all of the stuff that really mattered.
Maybe
Because
Yeah,
Final Fantasy
I
VII
mean,
Remake, that shit was straight corridors, but it was
it
enjoyable.
was, but it
Yeah.
had open sections. Like there was stuff to explore.
Yeah, but 90% of that shit was just hallways.
I
Not that
find
I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not knocking on that shit at all, because
yeah.
it was a beautiful experience. I definitely get out of 9. Easy
I will say
as
this.
well.
One thing, it's kind of just a funny thing, but it's like you can tell like the main characters versus the potatoes that make up the rest of the
Oh
NPCs.
my
yeah.
god, dude! It's the
It's
funniest
so
ever in this
funny.
game, dude.
You got Clive, who's just like the ultimate Giga Chad, and then you got random receding hairline
Yeah,
dude.
random receding hairline 45-year-old man trying to be a carpenter.
Bro.
Like, holy
No,
shit.
that shit was crazy. No, the real shit was there like the dude that's sitting that you serve your food to, like the second guy you go to, or the one that's sitting right in front of like the, you know, the cook or whatever. When that man started talking, I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
What do you mean?
Like, no, he looked like he was maybe like a 30-year-old dude, maybe in his early 40s. The motherfucker that did the voice acting sounded like he was trying to make that motherfucker 72. He was like, hey there, Sonny, thank you so much for bringing my food. I'm like, hey, yo, bro, you only like fucking 40. What are you talking about, Sonny? Sonny boy, face ass,
Well,
bro.
I'm pretty
What the
sure
fuck?
it's not like they knew what their characters looked like
Yeah,
when
that's what
they
I know,
told
yeah.
them to voice it.
It was a rough
Bro,
40
that-
years, man, alright? They're in the Final
Nah,
Fantasy
that-
town.
nah.
I mean, to be
fuck
fair,
outta
they out
here.
here slaving and shit, man.
They were
lose
slave. Well, hey, yo,
faculties.
so can somebody tell me real quick? So the branded is like you're a slave, right?
Pretty much.
But there's another thing. What's the other thing? It starts with a B as well.
Wielders.
The bear?
No.
Bearers, yeah.
Bearers. Bearers are the ones that got blessed by the icons, right?
No, those are the dominants.
N-
What are the
You talking
dominants for the
no,
icons?
the dominants are the ones that have the icons inside of
Are you
them.
talking people just
Yeah,
blessed
like
by a
I've been
period?
blessed by a phoenix. He's been
Oh.
blessed
Yeah,
by...
so you can use their abilities and stuff. Those are the bearers, right?
I don't
I
know.
believe
I thought they
so.
were
I
just
don't think
people
so.
that
thought
like
they were
had
just
access to magic.
Yeah, I thought they're just another
Or
name for
they're
the
just
brand.
ones that can use no, because I think they're two separate things. That's why I'm confused about it slightly. Because brandeds are definitely slaves because they have brands on their faces. But the bearers, I believe, are the ones that can use magic, and or the only way you can use magic is if you're blessed by one of the icons.
Maybe. I don't know. I have
I
not.
don't know either. I thought that maybe you guys would know because you're further in the game, and maybe they said.
I mean, shit. Me and Infamous are pretty much damn near at the same spot.
Yeah.
And if anyone should know, it'd probably be Lerone, because Lerone's the furthest in.
Everyone's just trying to
He'd be
battle
able
off
to get
ethnic
some
cleansings every
clarification.
turn, apparently.
Oh my god, there's so many ethnic cleanses in this game. Look. It's
It's the
crazy.
reason why they kept black folks out. I
Yeah,
appreciate
that was a good move.
it.
I was like, oh my god.
No cap, bro.
They
But
knew what
you know,
they were
it's so
doing. They was
crazy,
like, why ain't there
like-
no black people? He was like, you really want black people's depicted
Okay, no,
as
no, no.
slaves, indentured servants, and fucking meat? I don't think so. I don't think you're
No,
ready for
so,
that conversation
Denzel.
yet.
Yeah.
Bearers and brandings are the same thing. It's just the bearers are born with the magic. The branding just got branded later. Like
Oh,
Clyde.
so like
Oh,
they're the same thing, but like they found out about them later.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, boom, Lorax
They're
Lerone,
like
back at it again.
the mages in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
and they're treated like shit because they can use magic.
Yeah,
Bro,
just like the
They're
Ah,
mages in
literally
Dragon
just
Age.
want to see. They're literally just want to see in fucking 13.
Can you imagine motherfuckers trying to treat you like shit because you could fucking wield
Yeah.
You got
magic?
superpowers.
That's
Bro,
weird, dude. It doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
busting everybody ass, bro. Fuck out of here. I'm blowing the whole castle up. Fuck are you talking about? I'm finna hit that bitch. Explosion! I ain't playing with them niggas.
Shut
mean-
your ass up.
I mean, look at the fucking X-Men, G. They stronger, but they just outnumbered.
Yeah, it's
This
like
is
the
a sheer
X-Men.
numbers.
I was gonna say, just because you got powers don't mean you won't get fucked up.
You don't
You
get
still
jumped by
die
15
like a
regular
normal
dudes.
ass human.
Shit, that's when you rise up. You fucking start getting some.
Especially when the magic
mercenaries, bro.
seems to just magic kills you too anyway.
Oh, it does. Mm,
Yeah, using it, you just turn to like a rock and die.
Damn,
Okay.
that's unfortunate. Mild spoiler. That's okay.
That's not a spoiler.
Is it not? I didn't
Feel
know
like
that.
it might have been, but it
Bro,
is.
you find out in 2 hours of the game.
Yeah, I think you find out right at the part me and Rodney are at, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's spoiler. Thanks, Laura. You're the best.
Oh,
man.
yeah, okay.
It's not that important.
I'm fucking with you. I don't care.
Irrelevant.
Yeah,
in the grand
that's pretty
scheme of things.
minor.
Irrelevant.
It's not as important as you know who Clive's dad actually is.
What are you
Guts.
talking about?
Yes, it's Guts.
Oh.
Clive's dad is Guts.
Yes. That's Miguel from Tekken, bro. What you mean?
It's Miguel from
He definitely
Miguel
does look like Miguel.
Low key though. That
Fucking
you
shit.
call
British
him?
Miguel.
You call
He need
James
his open
Michael?
shirt.
Yeah, his name's Michael. Freaking Michael over here is walking up, one-shotting you. Let him do this whole animation.
You know what I just realized that's kind of wild? There's like no MP. It's only fucking cooldowns.
Only cooldown. Yeah, I got
That
that's,
is
that's a problem with combat, I think.
that is
Makes it a little bit less.
interesting.
How's your enemies will be?
I guess it makes
most
sense
part,
too,
like-
right?
If you're a dominant, you have a lot more magic, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense because of where the people who made the game come from, right? Like, you have Ether in
Yeah.
14, but do you really care about your MP in 14?
If you're a healer.
If you're a
I
white
mean, if
man,
you're a
you're gonna
healer-
run out that shit anyway.
I feel like it's still more about cooldown, like more than anything.
It's definitely more about cooldowns. Because I feel like the more important shit is on a cooldown anyway,
Yeah.
compared to just shit you can just kind of spam. You spam it to pad out the cooldowns.
Yeah.
You worry about fucking MP and 14 if you're like you just died or you're.
Oh, wait, no. No care about MP and 14? Dark
Well,
Knights.
You're right.
Dark Knights get
Key
fucked.
to their gameplay. That makes them really fun to play.
Ew.
What a great
I guess
class.
this like you just make this like a straight Final Fantasy fucking podcast episode at this point.
This is definitely the
touching
Final
on all
Fantasy.
aspects. Dark
Yeah.
I
Knight
thought you was gonna
trash,
say
Gunbreaker
touching on
trash,
all
Paladin
ass,
decent.
bro. I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
hey,
need to put the patch out
back
Final
up.
14 that makes the tanks DPS, and that's all we need. Fuck tanks.
Just make tanks do damage, bruh.
Nah,
I
y'all
want to play a
good.
guy
wanna
with a
do some damage.
sword and actually hits things and hurts them.
Rework Gunbreaker, like now, please, thank you.
I mean,
Damn.
the class plays
Something
cool,
for you,
right?
buddy.
Just imagine yourself doing damage.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
'Cause that's just like, see, like I was telling Lerone, like they want to streamline everything though, so they won't make everything super unique, because they're kind of eliminating all of that, honestly. But like as far as the tanks, like the tanks should all be able to bring something a little different to the party, a little bit more than they do. Like I feel like Dark Knight should not be Dark Knight should be warrior, honestly. Like they should be sucking health from the shit that they do damage to. Honestly, warriors should just be
Raw
just
damage
damage reduction.
Yeah.
Yes. Paladin should be
healing, like magical
healing, party healing.
Yep.
And then Gunbreaker should be like a physical buff or just a damage buff in
A
general.
buffer, yeah, that's actually a good
to the
idea.
whole party.
Yeah.
Like you're the royal
like that.
guard. You got soldiers. You're supposed to be
Supposed to be
buffing
hitting
the
the
soldiers.
Aspire.
Yeah, like something other than
like
just
that.
alright, just basic as damage reduction and then do no
I think
damage.
the problem with it is that they try to balance it at so many levels, right? They're not just trying to balance it
Yeah.
from a aesthetic.
Not only
and,
do you have to balance it for like basic games, you gotta balance it for
yeah,
like
for the end
savage
game stuff.
content
How do you
and
make
fucking-
classes
yeah.
that unique work in such complex scenarios? You know,
Yeah. I wish.
that's
these
going
were
back to the point.
simply-
We want a co-op RPG game where
Yeah.
those unique things can live happily, you know, without
Yeah.
breaking the
Yeah,
foundation.
without breaking, because it is multiplayer, massive, online, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got parameters you can play within. But like they fucked up once, didn't they? Like at one
Yeah,
point.
I think
for one
the
of
game was
updates.
way more unique like that at the start, I think, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
it definitely
made a
was. Because
problem.
tanking was way harder.
Yeah.
Like you actually had to know what you were doing.
We had hill stances on
Enemies,
fucking white
entities.
mage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Player
you
stance.
had.
Like the game was totally different at the beginning.
And I feel like
But
the
I
more they
understand
simplified
why
it,
they
the more
wanted
people
to
liked it.
simplify it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you simplify it too much, then it just gets boring. Like
And then you lose the flavor, yeah.
yeah, like I played Gunbreaker a lot. We played Final Fantasy 14 for like hundreds of hours. So it's
Yeah,
like
literally
of
fucking
course
over
you
a
got
month.
other classes to play as, yes, but like as far as Gunbreaker never felt good to play.
At least it didn't
Like,
make
they
you
made it-
sweat.
They made it only class that ever made me sweat was Monk, and I'm massive that shit, and I'm so happy and proud of myself for doing something so meaningless, but it don't
We're
matter.
proud of you too, man.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that class.
Monk, yeah. Oh my god.
I
But
want,
yeah,
I want
just want
simple and
a real
sweet.
co-op final. I want simple and clean.
Yeah, I mean, so Final Fantasy is another one off topic. Dragon's Dogma 2 is supposed to be this game. Anybody's listening, and unfortunately will not be co-op, so big sad panda. We will probably never play a co-op RPG like that. Ever.
That would be dope. Imagine having 4 Dante-esque characters on screen.
That would be trash as hell, but fun as fuck at the same time.
Like I can, like you said, the
The closest thing I can imagine to that is freaking Streets of Rage 4. We were like combo air juggle
Yeah.
like bosses and
yeah,
stuff.
that is true. Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
But it
Like,
was so
it
simple
was
though.
so simple, but it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I agree. Streets of Rage was fun. One day
We're gonna raise
we'll
in the
get a-
streets.
we'll get a fully co-op experience. That's just
Yeah, dude. I was
groundbreaking.
Hey,
waiting.
Wastelands.
Wasteland, yeah, it's a shooter though, right? Like we want the action
mean-
RPG, like the melee combat,
Yeah,
right? I
it's
want
not
to
really
put.
a shooter.
It's a
More of a strategy.
yeah, it's like it's a turn-based game, right? That's fine. I take that. That game is excellent too, right? But like I want. It's been shit. When did the fucking Dragon's Dogma come out? Like 11 years ago. waiting 11 years for a sequel, and I wanted to freaking put my big ass greatsword over my head and launch Rodney through the fucking air as he jumped on some asshole and fucked him up, right? And I'm never gonna get that now.
That
Like,
skull splitter, yeah, you get the
then you
helm
skull
splitter.
I dreamed about that at one point, dude. Like that would
I
be
did too.
sick.
I ain't gonna lie.
And
It is
never gonna happen.
very disappointing that they chose
Like while the
not
three
to
of
make
us are
that
up front
game.
fighting a monster, you got Lerone in the back finna
Cast
cast like
himself.
meteor or
Yeah,
something.
he's
Yeah.
charging up his crazy tornado bullshit.
I still never forget the day I got juggled by that shit for like a minute straight and died because I was in a room and I couldn't leave and an enemy casted it on me. That was Dark Arisen. Dark Arisen was not easy.
Yeah, that was that one room where it's like 3 dudes casting that shit, and if you don't
Yeah.
kill them, you lose.
If you don't kill them fast enough, you get fucked. Gotta love games. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, like, there you go. That's the uniqueness compared to simplicity, right? Like, that's so unique,
Yeah.
and you instantly lose if you don't fucking fix it. Which, I mean, I guess we kind of like, right? It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can have a little bit of jank in a game as long as it is
Fun.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to look like... That was the thing about the graphics of a lot of games, because this is totally off the topic of Final Fantasy, but I was watching a video on... because a lot of people downvoted the Fable 3, 4, whatever trailer.
That chick was ugly.
Because they was like, it should look kind of nasty. I'm like, it did. Like, the trailer, certain parts didn't look that great.
They showed gameplay?
No.
They said it was all in engine, like on Xbox One X, but you know,
That'll look fine.
like
I didn't see all
like it
of
did,
it,
I
but
was
what
feeling like it
saw
didn't need to
too
look
bad.
that good anyway.
I don't know why it looks realistic at all. I always saw Fable as like the cartoony like aesthetic,
Yeah.
right? More like Fable 2 again. Like if they made Fable 2 again, I wouldn't care, right? If it was just playing at like 1440p, 60 FPS, and it looked like that, like I would be fine with that. That game looked fine. I think it still looks fine. I don't think you need this fucking insane graphical fidelity. I think that goes back to like I'd play Dragon's Dogma if it was released now with a slightly higher resolution and frame rate, you know? I don't need the textures to be that much better. Like they were fine. They were more than effective at portraying whatever they were trying to portray. I think that's a big issue nowadays in video games. Like Final Fantasy 16 should really not be running at 720p, dude. Combat, like you should turn down something somewhere. Like if Shadow's got to get nerfed a little bit, you know. If the texture on Clive's jacket's got to get a little less like.
Which color went at it again? Near.
Like smooth.
Was like 1080p. No, it was 1080p 30.
What?
It was rock solid. I'm pretty sure. Like it looked good as shit. It looked fine. You could turn off motion blur. I don't remember motion blur being a big issue in that game either. Like the motion blur they use in this game was disgusting. It's so strong. I don't want them to even introduce like an on-off. I want a scale. I just want to reduce it by like 70% because like I still like motion blur. I like the effect it gives. Right, it can make shit look like it's moving fast. But like it's way too much.
I'm sure they'll add in some stuff later, though.
Yeah, they said they're gonna add an option to turn it off. But that's Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a game.
That's
overall great game so far.
Final Fantasy.
I mean,
I want to play more. I don't want to not play it.
Yeah. Once you actually get further in the game.
I definitely want to switch to the 720p mode though, because holy crap. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I don't think anyone else have anything else they play. You say Ratchet and Clank. We talked about that a bit. That was cool. I talked about Diablo.
Ratchet and Clank, Diablo. Yeah. Probably would have had a better experience with Diablo if I was actually able to do anything for like the first 30 hours.
What were you playing?
Diablo.
I mean, no, what class?
He was a rogue, which was like the best leveling class in the game, so I don't know what he was doing.
It didn't feel that great. Maybe because I wasn't finding anything good. Like, honestly...
I think you needed to... What were you leveling as? What, like, skill were you using?
When I was leveling up, I was using Barrage.
I've seen people destroying the game with that shit. I don't know.
But see, the thing is, I really didn't find anything worth a damn until damn near the end of it.
Yeah, that sucks.
I kind of got screwed on like legendaries because I really didn't find any legendary.
Yeah, I didn't find shit either. I don't think people really. They look more for like the aspects in dungeons, right? Like they go to open world, like what affects my shit? What do I want? Go grab that and do his story. Because like you should play.
Diablo 3.
I definitely missed Diablo 3, but that's apparently not a common thing amongst people. Like I like the simplicity.
Apparently, people hated that shit. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that I could pick my class and do damage. It was pretty cool. Dude, if you think playing as a rogue is bad, go play as a fucking barbarian, bro. Go tell me life is not pain.
No, I'm good.
No, bro, made it.
You Dave the Barbarian, bro.
That shit didn't work until like 57 levels, and you got a ring that gave
I honestly
you story,
don't even want to go. Like the story was alright, but
my favorite part.
I really want to play a character.
Part of the story.
I don't want to go back to that story again.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it wasn't that fun either because of the way the game's difficulty worked. But the best part about it to me was seeing your character in the cutscenes being fully animated. Like that shit looks sick.
That I respected. I like that.
Like, I think Diablo 3's difficulty when it came to console, which is what we played it on when it came out, like God knows how long ago. They had like a hard mode or some shit, and like that was genuinely fun, just playing and leveling up through that story mode because like all the encounters were interesting, all the acts were interesting. The combat was not like sponge battles. Like in this game, when I was playing the game, I felt like I did no damage and I took no damage. Like
I did no damage and I got annihilated.
That's crazy. I don't know, but
I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah, like I feel like they need to ramp up your damage output at the starting level, because like it doesn't feel fun doing nothing. You know, like I don't want to be able to blast through everything. I want like, you know, if I have a big powerful cooldown skill, I want it to feel like a big powerful cooldown skill. You know. But after the Berserker in Diablo 3 was a fucking Super Saiyan mode for like 20 seconds. In this game, it's basically I sprint faster for 5. It's trash. Like, it's so bad. It's hilarious. But, like, pretty much all the ultimate skills are like that in this game. I don't know why they're like, we're going to make an ultimate skill you can only have one of on your bar, and they're all going to be garbage. Like, what?
Yeah, that was strange.
I mean, they're on shorter cooldowns. Like, I'd rather have them be longer cooldowns and feel like ultimate skills. They don't feel cool at all to use.
Like in 3, you could go into like avatar mode.
Yeah, like, every class had like a transformation.
Yeah.
Super sick.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I don't think it's a bad game. I think once you get the cool stuff, the game is fun.
Yeah, like now I can actually do damage and kill shit.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, definitely fun. Definitely interesting. I feel like they purposely made the game very kind of bland but open because they want to change it a lot as time goes on. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I just wish they didn't have to, sacrifice the initial. Because I'm hearing very mixed things.
Oh yeah, some people absolutely hate it, some people love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hated it for like 30 levels, and then I started to enjoy it enough to get a character like max level, so.
No!
I mean, there was something there. For sure.
So, you want to talk about the Nintendo Direct, fellas? At least briefly?
I mean, sure. I don't really have much to say.
Is there something specific you want to touch on?
Did you guys actually
Super Mario RPG looks
I saw 2 things. That was the Pokemon DLC and the new Mario game.
I didn't see the Pokemon
need-
DLC. That's
I
crazy.
still gotta finish. I bought that shit.
You got Odyssey?
I gotta finish that shit. No, I'm talking about a Pokemon.
Oh,
Bro, I do not have the same love for Pokemon games as I had as a kid. Because real talk, bro, after I beat that shit, I do not want to play that shit no more, bro. I can't even make myself do it. It's crazy. Also,
I mean, the best
feel like playing
one-
my Switch.
I mean, the best one in terms of like post game content and all that, to my opinion, was always Diamond and Pearl. There was so much shit you could
Diamond and Pearl
do.
I remember very fondly.
I
That was-
personally liked what was it? Silver, Gold, and Crystal.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
the
started off
OG.
at what,
Those are-
Kanto, right? And then you could go to Johto and then do all of those,
Yeah.
gym leaders too. I thought was pretty cool. And you got, pretty much had two
Yeah.
regions, which I feel like they don't do that often.
They don't did that once, didn't they?
Think-
Could be
I
capping.
think they only
Feel
did
like
it
maybe once or twice max, but they don't do it as often as I feel like they should. But then again, that will require more work because then they gotta put shit back in the game. I guess I don't know.
Bro,
As
they
you can
ain't
see,
trying
I'm
to
not a
work no more.
developer, so I don't know all the minutia of it. But I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
and,
shit,
like,
they just like taking
completely-
stuff out. They're trying to streamline it and do as little work as possible.
Hey, look, I got an exclusive for y'all. Y'all probably gonna laugh, but I did meet one of the developers from Naughty Dog.
Really?
Like, yeah, I met him at work.
Did you ask him how he felt about Last of Us 2?
I didn't ask that one because I was trying not to start a very
Burn
controversial
bridges.
conversation.
Not to be an
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
did. And then he also talked about Neil Druckmann in very high regard. So I'm like, we're not gonna go into that. So
buddy.
I mean, but obviously he would because he kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he works there.
Yeah,
Right?
he
He probably.
works
I mean,
there.
the guy's probably nice to work with, right?
I would imagine.
I
Probably.
don't
I did
know.
talk to him a little bit about the show. I let him know like there was some things in the show that they lost a little bit, and he was like, yeah, the same thing in the studio when we talk about it. But the big thing that's gaming related is I asked him about like what was going on with factions, bro. I'm like, bro, what's factions at, bro? Can you tell me? Is it like a
Don't-
secret?
I feel like you was
What?
trying to keep from stepping on toes. I feel like
No,
there's a
that's
big toe to
funny.
step.
No, that's funny.
That's
I was
real,
actually same
what?
thing.
Like,
Didn't they
what's going
downsize
on?
the team and everything?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Obviously,
heard that
he's
they
making.
split the
What did he say?
team.
Basically, he just like he basically said he couldn't talk about it. He was like, all I can say is that I'm very excited for it.
Of course.
So pretty.
Hope he doesn't get a Titanfall 3 treatment.
Oof. We hope that nobody gets that, Rodney. We pray that
I
nobody.
mean,
else
yeah, but
gets
a
that.
lot of people do. That's the
Yeah, it
thing.
happens a lot.
And it happens often.
Yeah, but I thought
Just
that
hope
was.
they don't keep delaying it and downsizing the team until there's no team left.
Yeah. That's cool. You met a dude from Naughty Dog.
My life has
beating
been pretty
all the people,
interesting
man.
lately.
Apparently,
I'm
this
not
is the
gonna
spot.
lie. Like actually
move over there.
interesting.
That is interesting. That's super cool. Tell him you're a video
Yeah.
producer. Trying to get in there.
I did briefly talk to him about it. I don't remember like how much. I tell it to everybody. I met somebody today that like Mad Dog Entertainment. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. He like came in and bought like
That discount Naughty
$1,000.
Dog?
Nah. He came in and like bought like $10,000 worth of stuff. I was like, oh my god. Obviously you have money.
I mean, it's definitely fun in the studio.
He's funding something. But yeah. I just thought that was interesting because it was a Naughty Dog thing. But in regards to the the Nintendo Direct, I didn't watch all of it. I know some highlights. But I think the main things that would be relevant would be the Mario RPG, the new Mario game, and potentially, Peach. I don't feel like anybody really cares that much.
What you mean? Peach is my favorite.
Is it really? You just
For
trying to get
obvious
into them? Peaches. I love.
That's
Still
all.
haven't seen that movie.
That movie
I
was
need
good.
to watch that movie.
It was actually really good. But yeah, so I don't think any. So you guys haven't seen any of the gameplay for the new Mario game, then, huh?
I did.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even
RPG.
realize Nintendo Direct happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
yeah.
really low
Times
key.
I do beef. Because I mean, like, I have a Switch, but I barely play it, so it's like as far as anything Nintendo related, I kind of don't care for the most part, unless it's just
Yeah.
something that just happens to catch my eye or something.
Well, I'll for sure say that there were a couple things that caught my eye. I'm probably not buying them, but like especially not off rip. But the new Mario Brothers, like Super Mario Brothers Wonder, it looks pretty interesting because instead of the traditional like power-ups, you get power-ups that change the environment. So it's like it's really kind of trippy. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if you play that shit high, you might fucking lose your mind. But
What the hell?
what? Yeah, like it like makes everything long, or some of them like just make random pipes hop out of the ground. So it just completely changes the environment and some of the enemies and Mario. So it's like it looks like a really interesting game overall, and I think it'll be pretty good. I've played it
Can
quite a
never
few
knock
of them.
Nintendo for their
Oh, they have the
ability
best
to-
game devs. Period.
Yeah,
I think.
That's how they
To
got
be
so
able
much
to-
bad hardware. They can make up for it.
Yeah, there's no way they can. If they didn't have, dude, they haven't been making the same game for like 40 years and being successful for no reason, you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
They're innovating constantly.
honestly, bro, Nintendo is the only one damn near that's still making games just that are games. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, right? Tears of the Kingdom is more about having fun and just like, being explorative than like I feel like most games today are. Like it's not trying to be a movie. It's not trying to be super deep. It's here's a game, have fun. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Nintendo
Yeah.
definitely goes that route instead of everybody else who's all
Ain't
about
no
how
battle
production
pass in a
value.
Mario game.
They're not
And yet
trying to
it-
do the
Oh,
most.
man.
They know exactly how to make their games, and like that's I respect Nintendo for that because they don't listen to anybody. They do what they want to do. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's
For better or
both
worse,
bad
because their
and good ways.
online
Yeah,
is god awful. It makes no sense. But yeah, did you guys have anything you wanted to say about that one?
I'm honestly interested in the Super Mario RPG because I like the
The OG
what was
one.
it, the Superstar Saga and all of that. Like I
Mm.
played those a lot when I was little. So holds a, and I played the original one like way back when. I don't think I ever beat it.
I never
But-
played it, but it looks interesting though.
It was pretty much the template for. I feel like they made
Paper Mario?
That yeah, pretty much for all the Mario RPGs to come after it. I feel like that was definitely the template that they use because the structure is pretty much damn near identical for the most part. Like the timing stuff and the way the battles operate, and you know the way the battles spread out. Pretty much. What do I want to say? Oh, excuse me. The structure of the battles are the same, pretty much. Like from beginning to end, they operate pretty much on the same bones. They're just, a little prettier, stylistically different, but still the same.
Gotcha.
Like it though. Good stuff. Good bones. Good bones.
Yeah. I guess the only other things that were notable would be, did they already announce Persona 5 Tactica at a different event?
Yes.
Yeah. The PlayStation
that's
one, right?
the-
Or is that at the
The Xbox
the
one.
thing? Xbox
Xbox
one.
one.
Tactical.
Yeah.
What is that?
Just a tactics
Basically-
Persona game.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
kind of like what is the name of it? Disgaea? Not
Yeah.
Disgaea.
Oh.
It's like Disgaea
Okay.
meets Persona. And then
Man,
like they
they're
also
really milking Persona 5.
Bro,
mean,
did you see how much they were
you-
milking Persona 4 when it came out? 5
Bro, they
definitely
milk
getting this
every
treatment.
Persona game, bro. Except for 3 did not get that treatment. Like that was before they really blew up.
I
Bro,
am
bro,
sad.
now?
hold on,
Three.
hold on. Is that what you just?
3 didn't get the same milking treatment.
Okay, okay. So 3 got a
Did they
dancing
have
game.
3 different games?
3 is
Oh, not
2
to
different
mention the
fighting
dancing
games.
games. Yeah.
3
Did
had
it?
a movie.
Oh, never mind.
3
Never
had the
mind.
portable.
Did 3
Please
have like 4
stop.
movies? Didn't they have a movie for like each season or something
They
like that?
did. The cat. Took the hell out of 3.
It's a long time ago in a place far, far away, right?
Fair enough. I was wrong.
I will say that for Persona 3 Reload though, off topic real quick, unfortunately they will not have the answer, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no. Well, I really don't mind that. I didn't beat the answer, to be honest with you.
I mean,
And that
regret
answer
it.
just to the
content is
fight was
extra
kind of
content.
insane. But yeah, I feel you.
You already
what
know they're gonna
demand
re-release that shit, bro. It's
They're gonna
gonna
release
be
it
Persona
again?
5
Yeah.
re-reloaded, bro. Fuck is you talking
I
about?
guarantee you, if they do that crap, it's gonna have the female MC as
Yeah,
the
most
main
likely.
draw,
When's Persona 6 coming out?
right?
How long is it between Persona games usually?
Honestly, not super long as you expect. I want to say about
It's
4 or
like,
5 years.
how long was it between 4 and 5? Well, I guess Golden and 5, since that was the most
Yeah,
recent
that was-
iteration.
It
at
couldn't
the
have been
time.
more than like 5 to 10 years.
It's a long time, man.
It's not that long.
5
see.
to 10
Golden
years
Gun-
is pretty long.
Golden came out in June 2012, and Persona 5 came
2012.
out. Let's see when Persona 5 dropped. 2016. So 4 years.
Huh.
I thought
okay.
you meant like the actual timeline of the game. I misunderstood the
No.
question.
Oh,
No,
no, I
no.
meant like how long between each release.
You said it only took 4 years?
Yes. 3 came out in 2006.
And then
Good
4
lord.
came out in 2011?
Let's see. Let me see. 4 came out in 2008.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not that big between the games.
Atlas be moving.
When's Persona 6 coming out? Tomorrow?
Never.
Maybe
It's
next
coming out
year?
pretty soon.
When Royale dropped, it was like what 2020?
Well, it's probably not gonna.
Royal dropped during
is-
COVID, didn't it?
Yeah,
Or like
boy,
right before COVID. Because I
boy.
finished the game while
2019.
I had COVID. I remember that shit. Rough as
Yeah.
hell. Bad times.
Yeah, so maybe,
Good ass
like-
game.
I never caught the COVID you caught though. I'm glad I didn't. That shit was rough.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't catch the one where people's taste buds literally just stopped working.
That's crazy.
Like, what is it? Shit, Ashley's sister still says she can't eat certain things. Her body won't let her. She'll throw it up.
That's
Mm.
terrible.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't really get most of the symptoms. I just felt like I had like the flu or something. Like I was just tired.
Yeah, I was just sick. I was sick for like a day or two, and then
Yeah, same.
that was good.
Dirty motherfuckers.
But when it comes to Persona 6 infamous, I feel like I can almost confidently say we'll probably see something next year, because this year they did the new IP instead. They did that Metaphor
Maybe
Refantasia.
that's just gonna take up the whole slot. No, there's no way, right? Persona 2 makes too much money.
Depends on how well this new one go. I mean, it looked like they were really excited for this one. It's been talked about for a while actually. We finally get to see some shit about it. So
I mean, alright. I still want a new Persona game because.
I want 6. I feel like 6 would be next year, but it's coming.
Maybe it's a possibility.
After you get the rhythm games, the anime drop, there's not that many more things you can milk with this game. They made other tactics.
Dude, maybe it's gonna do it. They're gonna make Persona 5-2.
Yes.
Goddamn time. Finally made a sequel.
I mean, they're all sequels. What do you mean?
A real sequel. Denzel.
They are real sequels.
Nah,
Shut it up, bro.
that's fake.
Shut it up.
They still have the same characters.
On Joker coming
Man,
back.
they need to get my boy Dorcoon out the door.
Jesus, man.
Hold the door.
I mean,
Hold
T-Tone's
door.
best forever.
See, now I gotta play Reload because I never finished FES, but I'm like, man, it's gonna end the same. It's gonna make me sad.
Maybe they
Yeah,
maybe
waiting
they'll
to play
change it
that
up.
shit, bro. Like that is honestly,
Hopefully.
that's gonna be one of my most anticipated fucking remakes of like all time, bro.
The 3.
Like, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, bro. When I originally got Persona 3, I had to steal that motherfucker, bro. Stole that motherfucker, G. So I was at my cousin's house. This bitch ass motherfucker, he was playing 3 and 4 at the same time, bro. I'm like, gee, let me borrow 3 since you're playing 4. He's like, nah, I want to play both of them. I'm like, bro, stop, get off that bullshit. He was like, nah. So when his ass left, I took that bitch, bro. I took that bitch, and I told his brother, I told my cousin, I was like, hey, yo, tell your brother that I took it if he asks, but I don't think he gonna ask because he playing another game. I think he bullshitting with me. He just being a bitch. Boy, that motherfucker called me. He was like, yeah, he asked me right afterwards. He knew, bro. He was definitely not happy. Boy, I did not give him that game back for like 6 months. And I remember because he made it a whole big thing. Like, his mom had to call my dad, and he was like, yeah, she said that you took the game. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna give it back to this motherfucker, bro. What?
That's not the point.
Nah, bro, fuck that shit. I was trying to enjoy myself, bro. I ain't give it back till after I beat it. Hell yeah.
That's fucked up.
Hey, beat 4 before you start a whole other game.
Should you beat 3 before you start 4? Like what?
4 was my first one, actually. Funny enough.
I know they're all sequels.
5 was the first one, actually.
I mean, well, I'm sorry, they are canonical, but like you don't have to play them to know. Like they don't interact that much, but they are happening in the same universe.
But anyway, Thief Coon Denzel decided it was
Thief
mine.
Coon, hey, look, man, I had to be Thief Coon so I could see Dorcoon. All right,
how it is.
I mean, that does not justify anything that you did, but at least you got some enjoyment.
I don't need justification.
I mean,
I don't need anybody to forgive me, bro. It is what it is. And he got it back.
Like, hey, I did it. So what? Here you go. I'm done with it.
I'm done with that shit, bro.
You should have just threw it at him and walked up.
It's like
spoiler. Main character dies. What? Oh. He just disappears in the fucking.
I should have just spoiled the game for him too, like on straight petty shit.
Clearly, you are not a fan of your cousin.
Oh, I love the motherfucker. He's just annoying.
I love him. I just want to hit shit real quick. It's cool.
Yeah,
I did. I want to play the game, bro. It looked good. That started my Persona addiction.
He's trying to keep you off.
He started my Maple Story addiction too. All of the fucking bad shit.
Bro.
Oh, so that was karma.
Yeah, and I started Lerone's Maple Story addiction. I was out there slinging dope.
Karma for that one.
I was out here slinging dope to the kids, bro.
For real.
Maple Story was hitting hard, bro.
I was hitting the motherfuckers like, hey, yo, I got that Nexon card for you, bro. I'll go pick it up for you too, bro.
Oh boy.
I was out there,
man.
I got that Nexon card.
What a dangerous individual.
Nexon makes good games. Well, at least Vindictus. Vindictus is the only thing I ever played from Nexon. But
Vindictus had great games.
You didn't play Kart Rider, bro?
Good old
hell no.
I mean, he played DNF Duel.
DNF Duel was not made by Nexon, alright?
I mean, no games are made by Nexon. They publish all that shit.
Oh, I mean, they don't make anything then. They're trash, so fuck them.
Agreed.
But yeah, before we get too far into the rant town, is there anything else that has happened recently that you guys like to discuss, or are we done to?
I think we are solid, because I feel like we already ran way past our
yes, we did.
time limit.
Quite a bit. Not that much.
Shit, cut that bitch in half. Make it 2 episodes. Give him a 2-fer.
Funny as hell.
No, if we didn't make the other episode a 2-fer, this definitely
that was the season finale.
I mean, how long was the other? Talking about season finale.
2 hours and fucking
2 hours,
6.
yeah.
in 40 minutes, bro.
Yeah, it was wild.
I
That shit was
listened to the whole thing.
That shit was thick.
I was
But,
a thick
yeah.
ass boy.
Really gotta start shrinking these hoes down just a little bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, we talk. Big things
That
happen.
is
We
true.
It's a
talk.
conversation, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's
Before
fine
we
for us to
talk
talk.
anymore, I'm gonna have to be like, thank you, people, for listening. God bless every single one of you. If you still are.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty
We
much
love
it.
you.
This is gonna be a shorter episode. Not as short as I wanted, but you know.
This man had the time limit at an hour. We failed.
Depending on what happens in the following week, we might have an episode up next week, maybe the week after. We'll see.
I mean, I got 4 days off for the 4th of July. We can make something happen.
Oh.
For sure.
Well, this man living life. I'm trying to be like you one day, brother.
But
No,
yeah,
you're not.
thank you. Good day.
Good day. Bye. We love you.
I love you, Lauren.
What?